Taylor Swift basically just blew up that entire idea that you have to be a forever girlfriend in order to get the ring. That is just not true. Because if we think about her previous relationship.
Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was saying. Average women are going to think they can get this kind of result. Oof. Yeah, that's where it's going. That's going to be the takeaway. Ooh, I got to see Brett Cooper's reaction. Oof. What's your thoughts? Kitten Dart?
So I've been doing multitasking. So carry on with what you're doing, and I'll try and contribute in a bit.
Okay. I want to react. I want to see if Brett Cooper's reaction is gynocentric. Ooh, let me see. Where was it? Okay. Share this tab instead. StreamYards.
Emergency episode of the show because Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce just broke the internet with their engagement announcement. And I have a few reasons why you need to care, even if you're a guy, even if you are not a Swiftie. So for some context, some recap, just a few hours ago, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, they did a collabed post on Instagram. They posted photos from the proposal. They said your favorite English teacher and your favorite gym teacher just got engaged. It was very sweet. Everything's lovely. The ring is beautiful. We'll get into that later. That's not part of the cultural conversation, but if you're interested in that, I do have some details. Anyway, they announced this and the world just exploded. Like the internet came to a screeching halt. I was seeing posts on X from people being like, oh my God, Fox News just cut away from a cabinet meeting to say Taylor Swift is officially engaged. This is how big it is. And I made the joke on X and I said, if there was ever a time for a politician to release a story to the press that they don't really want to get any traction on, if they want to like quietly release everything on Taylor Swift, that is how massive this is. Kelce is also wildly famous and popular around, American men, people who care about football 25, specifically on the topic of forever boyfriends, because Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift just got engaged after 2 years of dating. And that might seem like normal in the grand scheme of things, but in 2025, when you go on social media and you see girls that have been with their boyfriends for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years that are still waiting on an engagement, that are these like forever girlfriends, this kind of relationship can seem like an anomaly. And Taylor Swift basically just blew up that entire idea that you have to be a forever girlfriend in order to get the ring. That is just not true. Because if we think about her previous relationship.
Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was saying. Average women are going to think they can get this kind of result. Oof. Yeah, that's where it's going. That's going to be the takeaway. You too. Look at Taylor Swift. You too can have this result.
I would honestly agree with that. Like every time I see a girl who's like 33, 34, 35, who like, whether they were ex-contestants on Love is Blind or what have you, end up with like a 6'4" Chad, they always post on Instagram, never settle. And you see in the comment section, so many women saying you manifested it, or, some nonsense about how like they support like girls who hold out for more. So I think it sort of amplifies that, even with Taylor Swift doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know. And the thing is, because the women waiting for a ring like the man more than the ring. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they usually like the guys more than the women that are in agenda mode and say, I'm not going to stay unless I get the ring. I'm not saying they should or shouldn't do that, right? That's for every woman to decide. But you can tell how much a woman likes a guy when she doesn't get what she wants and still sticks around.
I would agree with that. I've seen girls wait 5, 8, 10 years just to get a ring from a particular guy they really liked, versus a lot of women, when they're after 30, they say, you got 1 or 2 years to propose or I'm out. And that kind of tells you where they stand.
On the website, Philippe says, if seeing two loved ones counting their blessings is not a good opportunity to rejoice, then when?
All right, let me see.
She was with that man for 7 years. And there have been rumors that she was like actually engaged to him, but it was really private. But he was this like artsy, like deep actor, all of these things. He like desperately wanted his privacy, wanted her to hide the relationship. She was like not in the public eye for 7 years straight. And basically dragged her along in that relationship. And I'm not just saying that because I'm speculating, like this is what she wrote about in one of her previous albums. In her song "You're Losing Me," she said, like, I gave all of my youth for free to you. In So Long London, I believe that she wrote,
I don't understand when women say they gave you your youth, it's like you're gonna get older anyways. Like the time is gonna pass either way. Like, why are you guys acting like you got nothing out of the relationships? Okay.
something very similar. Those two lines, sometimes I get confused. But she wrote about this at length, saying, like, I gave you all of my great years and you took advantage of that. Like, I poured so much into this relationship. Just wait.
Yeah, so it's gonna be back. You deserve more, do less. Give him less, take more. That's gonna be give him less youth, take more status and money. And that's what I mean. Conservatives, they want men to lose. They always want to benefit the woman. Now, maybe you could argue that she's right? I'm not telling women how to play it one way or the other. But what I am saying here is that conservatives are always going to go to the side of the woman. Always.
Like hanging on. In So Long London, she writes about like clenching onto the relationship, like white knuckling it, being like, I'm not going down with the ship. I'm not abandoning it. And then 7 years later, getting nothing back and realizing I've just like let my life be on hold and I've been waiting for this person who doesn't want to commit to me. Anyway, that was her previous relationship. She was the forever girlfriend. She moves on. She meets this incredible guy who comes to her concert, who literally has like a friendship bracelet with his number on it, who was publicly making these huge declarations of love, which she said in her recent podcast episode with him and Jason. She was saying like, this is the kind of love that I've written about for 15 years. Like I've wanted a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Now average women. This is what I mean. Average women are going to think this is going to happen for them. It's not.
And Pearl, if you ever watched any of those Hallmark cheesy love movies where the woman, her parents' business is in trouble in some small town, so she has to leave the big city to save her parents' coffee shop, and then she runs into the handyman, and they hate each other at first, and then they all have to come together to save the coffee shop. And then at the end they end up kissing, and the movie always ends with them getting good together. Why does the movie always end right there? It's because that's the easy part. Taylor's going to be writing about all this romance, but wait till she gets married. You know what I'm saying?
No, women see marriage as the end goal. You know what I mean? But it's not like they see marriage as the end, but that's the beginning. Like the life together, the getting old, the not being forever. That's like the hard part.
One thing Brett Cooper just said was just kind of interesting, and it's kind of something I think we all known for a while, but we don't really talk about, is that women see them investing their time with a guy, especially their youth, as a more worthwhile investment in a relationship than a guy's time. Like, no guy ever says to a woman, I can't believe I invested my youth with you, right? But they regret spending a lot of money on a girl who ended up, leaving or what have you, because they feel like, they wasted a lot of money. But girls view their time as their most like their youth and beauty as their most valuable asset. And to your point, most girls aren't going to give their youth and beauty to your regular guy. They'll give their, 30s and beyond, if that guy serves a purpose money-wise, but that's pretty much it. So it kind of tells you sort of this traditional conservative mindset, which is don't invest your youth and beauty with like a guy who's not worth your time, but his time is basically not valued.
Wow, that was a great point. You cooked. Keep cooking, Sean.
Let's face it, our generation is in a testosterone crisis thanks to modern lifestyle, poor diet, and environmental toxins. Low testosterone can sabotage your health and vitality. Reclaim your edge and bring your levels back to where they belong so you can live stronger, healthier, and with purpose. That's where Man's Edge from Neutronics Labs comes in. The powerful formula combines 4 clinically proven ingredients: fenugreek, IGF-1, NO2, and Tungcat Ali to ignite your body's own testosterone factory. Studies show fenugreek, along with IGF-1 and other clinically backed ingredients in Man's Edge, can help boost your testosterone up by 46%. Plus, Man's Edge patented liposome delivery has up to 98% absorption, far better than your typical powders or pills. So, you can actually feel the difference. Right now, you can save 50% on all orders when you auto ship and use my code PEARL. Get the edge today and don't settle for anything less. Visit getmansedge.com and reclaim your vitality today.
To like show up with a boombox and be like, I love you, I want to be with you. And that's basically what Travis did. And they've had this like amazing love affair over the last 2 years. And now they're engaged, you know, in a fraction of the time that she was in that relationship with Joe Allen. So that's one part of it. So you do not need to be a forever girlfriend if you are in a relationship like that. I'm sure that the guys are like, oh my God, I need to go buy a ring. Girls are rethinking everything, which brings me to the next point of why this engagement is so relevant and important right now. And it's because I don't know if there are any hard studies on this. I don't think that there are, but celebrity relationships and celebrity marriages play a huge role in the cultural tone of an era.
Okay. Let me just. All right, birth rate. Look, not really, Brett. The birth rate's still going to go down. I don't predict this is really going to affect anything. If anything, it will make it worse because women will expect Travis Kelce to bail them out at 35, and unfortunately for women, nobody's coming. So, you too, Brett, are a mid who won, and we're very happy for you. But you have to understand that you're in a different class than most women. You're in the media, like conservative influencer sphere. The average woman in conservative media marries men worth $2 million. $2 million. That's not average. That's not normal America. Okay, let me continue.
Like, think about David Beckham and Victoria Beckham and their wedding. Think about, you know, Princess Kate and Prince William and their wedding. That was huge. The royal wedding was talked about for years. Just, you know, a couple of years ago, we had Sophia Richie's wedding, which basically made so many women, you know, decide that they wanted to get married.
Okay, let's look at average age. Okay, when did Sophia Richie get married? We're going to look at this. Sophia Richie got married when? So she got married in 2023. Okay, so it's been 2 years since then. Has the average age of first marriage for women gone up or down? It's in fact gone up, not down. So yeah, it didn't really do anything. I just, you know, I really hate being the bearer of bad news, but I just really like to stay accurate on this channel. I think it doesn't win me any points because it's way easier to sell hope. But guys, I mean, look at it. All this is going to do is change the menu. You used to get a 28-year-old bride. Now it's going to be 35. Welcome to the future.
But I mean,
they wanted to stop.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think most women would rather be single and get to just do what they want to do in life than be with a regular guy and have to compromise in life. Like, to them, they see that more as a downside. And that's why specifically in their 20s, when they have their most sexual capital, they don't want to invest that with a regular guy. Like, if they find a very tall, good looking, successful guy, then they'll settle down with that guy. But for a regular guy, no, they're not going to do that. Like, they see that as an opportunity cost to them. So, like, I don't see that changing as long as, women have the, ability to do what they want to do in life.
I'm just going to say it. This is kind of off topic. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just one thing really quick. And then all the women will say, get married, like women to average men, right? But it's all the women that got married and compromised nothing. Do you know what I mean? It'll be like, I got pregnant. Let me take the Fox News job. You know what, like, or like, I'm having this kid. Let me run for office. And I'm like, you didn't sacrifice anything, which is fine. I'm not saying to, but it's a little bit like, it's kind of like queens and kings saying, do this thing, but it's like you're living like royalty. Doug MPA, go ahead.
this is kind of off topic, but Sophia Richie is Lionel Richie's biological daughter, and Lionel Richie is one of the ugliest men on the planet. Like his head, his face is the size of a U.S. Capitol, like a freaking Denver, Colorado, and that's his daughter. Is that attractive? Who knew that was gonna happen? I'm sorry, Sophia Richie. What would you rate her as?
8 off the top of my head.
Like, have you seen Lionel Richie? His
Yeah.
face?
Richie, I'll do and dad. I'll share my screen. Images.
Like, look at Lionel Richie's face.
Yeah.
Look at that. Because most daughters have their father's face on their mother's head, and sons have their mother's face on their father's head. And like, look at, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yeah, she's she kind of looks like neither.
Yeah, but you have to look at her before plastic surgery, right? She didn't look as good as she does now, right?
Let's see. Before okay, let's see.
It just pops right up.
I don't think she looks that different, just the nose. It's a little less, but
Lionel Richie is a weird looking dude, man. I mean, his music is good, but bro, like, what?
There you go. On the left. Yeah, the nose job did help her a lot. But she has, I think on the white girl, because she's mixed, the black lips look pretty good on her. Gives her a lot of points, because most white women have pretty thin lips. Let me share this for a little longer.
Dress in like clothes and be classy. She like ushered in this like quiet luxury.
Brett, like, are you looking outside? Nobody's dressing more modestly. Like, nobody.
Modest type of fashion. Like, these relationships, these weddings, these marriages, they have the power to change culture.
No,
and if you think that
I hate having to keep you the bearer of bad news, but they don't. No. It doesn't. It doesn't change. It does not change. If you're going to say this stuff changes things, then what I need you to do is prove that it changes something. But if you look at the trends, they're the same. They are the same.
Taylor Swift getting married, being engaged, being in a long-term relationship is not going to do that. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is the end all be all for women around the world right now. I was about to say women in America, but really around the world right now. And you might think that this is kind of ridiculous, but she is signaling that marriage is something to strive for, that love is worth seeking.
Yeah. So again, no. She's signaling you can stick the landing at 35. That's the signal. Is you can wait till 35, have 22 ex-boyfriends. And like, it's like conservatives will say from one end of their mouth, don't sleep around and don't be a whore. But then when a whore gets married, they clap. You know, granted, in this economy, I mean, Taylor Swift's like a mid-tier whore, I'd say. You know what I mean? Like, there's entertainment. I wouldn't really put her at the top. Like, I'd put like Cardi B. That's like a high tier whore. She's like a mid tier whore. I wouldn't. In entertainment, she might be a prude.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Do you think that her music is going to change once she get married? And also, do you think that because Taylor Swift is getting married, that more women are going to do a thing where they want to get married, but then end up divorced? Are we going to see more quick marriages where they find a guy to marry just to get the marriage because of Taylor Swift and then divorce like a year or two later?
I think all the millennial girls that are like 35 plus that are still holding out just got like another glimpse of hope just to wait a little bit longer.
You'll find your Travis Kelce. Actually, I should tweet that. Ladies, don't worry. Your Travis Kelce is coming. I should do like a pandering of the day segment where I just pander.
Yeah.
Never settle.
Yeah.
Ladies, never settle.
Yeah, between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. every single day, you should spend that hour. Just 4 or 5 pandering tweets every day.
Okay, speaking out that you should wait for an amazing guy, that you should, follow that institution, and seek that commitment, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so I'll be interested to see what comes from this. I doubt that they're going to do some huge elaborate wedding. I feel like it'll be more of an elopement. I don't think she would, I feel like she would blow up the wedding industrial complex if she tried to do some big kind of wedding. But I think that this marriage really is going to change things. And I think that it is objectively positive. Like, regardless of how you feel about Taylor Swift, like I would not consider myself a diehard Swiftie. I was not like a Swiftie for years and years and years, but I do love her music. And I think that she's a really interesting person and a really interesting case study. And she's really important when it comes to our culture. But I do think that this is objectively positive. And what I was trying to say is that even if you are not a diehard fan, you should see this as something that is good. And I know that conservatives like to rag on her. Trump was posting, a couple months ago being like, I ended her. She's irrelevant.
Okay, but see, again, it's women will always defend whoring. Always. And look, I'm not... look, I'm not here to tell a grown woman she can do what she wants. She's an adult. If they're consenting, whatever. But my point is, conservative women, they say they're for traditional values, but you have to understand right now they're supporting IVF children. I mean, these kids are most likely going to be an IVF kids, which is, it is what it is, right? Whatever. But they always default to defending whoring.
But no, she's not. Like, love her or hate her, she is incredibly, incredibly influential. She is incredibly popular, and we should be rooting for her to set a good example for women and men around the world. And I think that she is doing that with this engagement, with this marriage. So anyway, I wish her all the best. This was a very exciting thing to spend my day reading about. And then for any of the chicks out there who are interested in her ring, because I was 100% interested in it. It's stunning. It's like very intricate. It looked antique. So I texted our jeweler that made my engagement ring with Alex, who's become a really good friend of ours. That feels like so bougie to say, but he just has become a good friend. And I was like, I need information about this. So according to Oren, that's his name. According to Oren, it is an elongated old mine cut ring, and most likely antique or antique inspired. And he said that it's really rare to have a mine cut that is that big. So just saying, good job, Travis. Allegedly, it was like $550,000, which is like literally insane. But also, she's a billionaire.
Yeah, I'm not really shocked they're bringing up the ring.